Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I'm back with another replay that I took from Cast It, and it's gonna be between our Terran in the lower right-hand corner, spawning in the red trunks. The map is Star Station, I presume Ladder Edition. His name is ViperXk. And in the upper left-hand corner, spawning as our blue Protoss, I give you all Neuro. BX3 clan is the name that, well, in this clan tag that he belongs to. And first and foremost, I thought I'd go ahead and get started on maybe just what's happening with me lately, why I haven't been casting so much lately, and things of that nature. But, well, here it goes. Lately, I've been having some computer hardware issues, so I've been basically trying to put off casting anything that is not really an online tournament. Day before yesterday, my computer started crashing randomly, and it happened while I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and it basically led to corruption of a kernel file or another. But then I took it to a computer technician. He told me that, you know, everything was just fine. He just needed to clear out the dust. But since then, I've had a few more PC crashes, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I've got to do something to fix this. Neuro is sending out a somewhat somewhat timely probe scout. It's just that my thinking is a little bit slower than it should be. He's gonna come in here and try and harass this SCV. That is rather delayed. I mean, look at this. We actually have 3 SCVs not mining, so that's a significant amount of delayed mining time in that aspect, if you will. And ViperXk is not gonna waste too much micro on trying to kill that probe, but the probe is gonna come up here in the main for now. But about that problem, like right now, to the best of my knowledge, I am overclocking. Or so I can tell from the 100 and something frames per second I have in the upper right hand corner of my screen. Yes, I just alt-tabbed to check my XSplit, make sure I had everything on the right tab and whatnot. But, you know, overall, I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, since I was crashing, I'm gonna have to make a few computer hardware changes. Right now, my power supply unit's fan is not spinning. I guess it just spins whenever it wants to, but my heatsink seems to be working just fine. Nonetheless, it is rather bulky, so what I'm going to try and do is replace that with a water-based liquid cooling system of some sort. Not necessarily the whole the whole fully grade masterpiece liquid cooling system that everybody is known to, or everybody knows and loves, but yeah. So our SCV catches on to our Protoss's opening, and that is double gas before Expo. And a cybernetics core going down. Nothing being chrono boosted out of the gateway at the mains choke point just yet. ViperXk is going to go ahead and try and delay his opponent's Expo. But what is this? A proxy pylon. Has been finished for a while. There is a Reaper on the way, and it looks like it's going to move out, try and scout, and it will run across this pylon. Engineering bay almost complete, but of course we're gonna see ViperXk pull that. Oh wait, he didn't pull the SCV away. This is actually kind of big. But here we go. Where's that Reaper? Oh no, it's not gonna scout that. It's been actually completely rerouted. Oh man. Oh wait, or is he? He's gonna see it. There we go. All right, now I can't help but say I see a lot of proxy play in TVP, PVT, whatever have you, and so on and so forth. But now we have the Twilight Council going down in response to that. But the SCV hasn't been dealt with. We do see that, I assume, Neuro went ahead and canceled that Stargate. Yes, he lost 74 resources off of that. Not too severe in the way of losses, but, you know, it's... you know, it does put him behind. He had a chance to get some real tech up, and this is gonna give our Red Terran a definitive, not supply lead, but definitely a tech lead, which can lead to, for a few moments, a supply lead, be it army, workers, etc. Whoa, and it looks like our probe is gonna go ahead and go for that Stargate, since we don't have the Reapers finishing up their job on that Stargate. Or, excuse me, on that pylon that was originally getting the Stargate. We have Reapers being microed, but, you know, one Stalker can take down 2 Reapers. The Stargate, however, will it finish? We have 3 Reapers here now altogether. I believe that's more than enough to handle a single Stalker, but we're waiting for the combat drugs to kick in and get these Reapers fully healed, but looks like ViperXk is going to be skipping a few corners to get that done. Meanwhile, the Stargate is almost finished, and there's a second pylon going down right next to it to keep it powered. And oh my, this is actually a bit of a mistake from ViperXk. He's actually not sending those Marines to destroy the pylon, but, you know. I think he'll be able to hold it. I mean, he's got enough in the way of anti-air. It's all going to come down to micro, how well he can stay ahead of this, this Oracle that you see in production. And the Twilight Council is now researching Blink, so it looks like this could be a weird game. It already is a weird game, but I mean, I'm a little curious to see how it's going to continue from here. Viper, I think, however, is just gonna skip any 1-1-1 play and go straight for a tech up and into bio. He's already got his engineering bay on the way. He's got a missile turret on the way. He doesn't know for a fact that there is indeed a Stargate here. He did see the definitive, what's the word I'm looking for? The definitive tech up from his opponent in his main. That is, of course, the Twilight Council. Oh, he didn't see the Twilight Council? Well, interesting. My mistake. Well, oh man, he's trying to play off of his opponent's buff. He knows that he's behind. He knows that his opponent is behind, is gonna do anything he can to pull himself back into this game. DT's being no exception, and I think throwing down an engineering bay at this stage would actually not be a bad idea. He does have a missile turret in the main, and missile turrets are good for two things: DTs and Oracle play. He did just now see the Oracle, and that basically, you know, that reveals that he knows what his opponent's going to be doing, but can he be able to hold what's coming here? He doesn't know about the Blink play. He doesn't know about, you know, the Twilight Council. He didn't even see the Twilight Council. But will he in the near future? He's going to just totally maul his opponent's probe line right here with these 3 Reapers. He's got to go back home to deal with this. Like, we're going to have to see Neuro do that. But Neuro's got the same intentions. He's like, okay, you want to kill my workers? I'll kill yours. And it looks like so far, I don't know if that blink to the main really paid off for Neuro. He did get 9 workers, but of course probes are more valuable than SCVs because Terran has mules. That is a rule of thumb, not necessarily a, you know, guarantee, a given, a 100% through and through law of Starcraft. If you can kill 20 SCVs while your opponent is perhaps killing 5-10 of your drones at max, then you might be in an alright position, but I want to say, speaking of positioning, if those Reapers simply go to the natural, they're going to rack up a lot of probe kills. Given the fact that there's no static defenses there, but there is a blink into the main. It looks like the Stalker's intention for the time being is to kill the production of his opponent. Getting that reactor, and it looks like they're going to blink out with no losses whatsoever. If they could, does he have stim? He does have stim. Okay. But do we have any Marauders in the mix is the real question. We don't have any in production yet, but of course Viper does have the ability to make them. And Marauders, at this stage in the game, would probably be the best solution to blink Stalkers. But alas, we have the Factory and the Starport going to switch out positions. I'm a bit curious, what could we see from the Factory? Of course, in the context of TVP, there's going to be lots in the way of mineral consumption that a Factory could help do, i.e. Hellbats, but yeah. And they're good tanks too, but here we go. Stem forward and a scan to reveal just what Neuro has. We have to see Viper be very, very careful with his scans, or not his scans, but his stims here, because he doesn't have any medevacs. He also doesn't have any Marauders here to deal with the imminent threat of those Blink Stalkers. They will slow them down, not necessarily kill them, especially with concussive shells, but Viper hasn't actually started on his concussive shells just yet. Meanwhile, back at home in the main, we see the armory going down, and that's probably to get +2 on the way. No, wait. Okay. +1 armor is on the way. It'll definitely come in handy for getting +2 researched. Factory here, still no reactor on it. He has the ability to make Hellbats. They're very important because they are tanky units, and at this stage in the game, as we see Psionic Storm coming into the mix, we can see that Neuro is going to be in a position that's... what's the word I'm looking for? He's going to be in a position that's going to make him very strong versus his opponent's unit composition. To this point, that Stargate hasn't been taken down yet, but it looks like we're going to have this little group of Stalkers aggressively blink somewhat mistakenly onto that entire bio ball. 2 Stalkers do fall. The entire blink forward to escape, but that was not a good blink because he's going to be cut off here. He doesn't see his opponent on the high ground, as you can see here. And there it is, the stem forward, the A move, and that is going to cost him a lot more Stalkers. It looked like 4 of them fell, but the... Oh my god, Psionic Storm's almost finished, but we don't have enough energy on these High Templars just yet for a Storm. Here we go, it's going to be the money engagement right here. He needs this Storm. Come on, Neuro! Neuro, Storm! Oh my god, no, he storms preemptively on the ramp. It doesn't work out. The Marines A moving back. It looks like a handful are going to try and deal with this Nexus. It's at less than 100 health, less than 90, and it falls thanks to the Marauders that stem at the last second and show up to the party. I just want to say that was such a clutch moment, and Neuro he didn't have the decision making to really execute that defense, and now he's going to be punished significantly by this. Look, the third is already finished. His opponent's income is about to start skyrocketing, and he has to immediately find a way to retaliate and cause damage, or he is done for in this game. And since we do have a little bit of blank time, we know we have the reinforcements running across the map, waiting for that next big attack, but the reason why my voice sounds so muffled right now is my jaw. Like, yeah, don't ask. It somehow got out of alignment. But here we go. This looks like it's going to be another big engagement. Blink going down, getting those Stalkers out of the way. But now we have Neuro going in for the death knell. He is researching EMP, or excuse me, not EMP, but Mobius Reactor. And that's going to allow the Ghost to have enough energy to EMP. But speaking of energy, holy shit, those storms, guys. There's a bunch of red health units here. I want to say that this could get better for Neuro if he were to somehow, you know, maybe get some charge lots into the mix, get his upgrades up, but he can't really do that until now. His Nexus is just finished rebuilding. Back at home, third is secured, fourth is now on the way for Viper. He's, you know, when you're ahead, get further ahead. This is going to make a huge difference, and Neuro's trying to bring himself back into this game by oversaturating, getting ready to take a third, things of that nature. But there's so many Marauders here. I think 1 for 1 they'll be able to take down these Stalkers, but it's all going to come down to these Storms. I've seen nothing but a huge ball of Marauders get taken down by epic Storms, and the game got turned the hell around. Meanwhile, more scans going down for our Terran. He wants to get a read on just what our Protoss has. I think maybe we'll see Viper be able to engage this confidently. He will now have EMPs. He just has to use them very wisely. He doesn't have personal cloaking, however, so those ghosts are going to be fully revealed. And it's all going to come down to the micro here. One ghost. He can see it. He can see it, and the EMP goes down. There's only a handful of storms remaining. 4, maybe. Not the most beautiful connection, but here we go. Feedback goes down on that one ghost. And now we have Neuro trying to chase this back just a little bit. Third, about 90% finished, and our Terran just backs off for the time being. He's like, okay, maybe not the best time to engage. Just gonna get my economy higher, and here's why. His main is actually going dry. Typically, this only happens around the 20-minute mark, and as you can see, it's only beginning to happen for our Protoss, but he has a lot in the way of muleage that went down in his main. So that's why he's getting such an early 4th as well. It's like, okay, great. I gotta make up for the fact that my main went dry so much earlier. And for now, income is actually slightly in favor of our Protoss, just because of one mistake by Viper. Hearsay dictates that basically, you know, Terran players should use more mules on their natural so that their main goes dry slower. But here we go, the huge engagement going down, the snipes going down on all those High Templar, but the storms are not entirely prevented, as you can see here. Beautiful connections. And I think there might be just a little bit too much in the way of Marauders. As I say that, another storm goes down, and this is going to be a sort of close engagement. Ultimately, we see Viper pushing this back, but the Archons will, for now, buy Neuro some time. As you can see here, he's moving, and... oh, no, he's targeting down the medevacs, but those Marauders, they were right next to him. Okay, I think he was able to confidently manage that, and that was actually a beautiful engagement. I think, by our Protoss. I was worried there when those Stalkers blinked forward and they didn't target down those Marauders, but the Zealots came in and just totally blew my world away. But only now, here's the big problem, we only now see +1 attack on the way at 20 minutes into the game, while we have +3 weapons and +2 armor on the way for our Terran. This is what makes a huge difference in all the engagements, guys. Really, I can't say that enough. But I think if we see another golden engagement, cash storms, you know, things like that go down on these medevacs. And if we just see an altogether bad engagement by ViperXk, then we could see Neuro pull this back and turn the game around in his favor. Fourth base goes down. It looks like he didn't want to take it on the low ground over here. Instead, for some reason, he took it over here. And it's perfectly understandable because the natural is actually closer to the fourth that is now over here than it would be over here, meaning that defending it would be just that little bit easier, even though they're both on the low ground. +1 getting chrono boosted out, but I think with as many Zealots as we see here, it would probably be an okay idea to go ahead and go straight for +2 armor. And all the scans going down here from our Terran. He really wants to get a feel for just what the hell his Protoss opponent is doing. And the income is now largely in favor of ViperXk. I want to say that, you know, if the army count is 1-for-1 even, then maybe we could see Neuro do just fine. But again, the upgrades are playing a huge difference in all of this. I think we would have to see our Protoss ahead by 10 supply to bring this up and bring this back in his favor. But now we have +2 attacks on the way. Another scan going down on this entire army. I'm wondering if we see that Forge chronoing out the upgrades. He does. But behind this, we see our Viper trying to make up for one deficit by taking a fourth base immediately after his third is finished. Immediately after he's got that economic security. And now it looks like Neuro is out of position with his entire army over here. Stim, a move, and that fourth Nexus will be targeted down. It's going to fall. There's no saving it. Scan here reveals the entire main army of his opponent. And now scans again and again and again are going down. The EMPs are beautiful, but the feedbacks... Oh my god, one EMP just got all of those High Templar, and now they're being forced to turn into Archons. This one, I don't think will finish. Yes, unfortunately for that guy. Here we go. This is going to be like the final engagement right here. The Zealots just dashing forward, charging forward, trying to take down everything here from our Terran. But even if this all falls, we still have a reinforcement line coming from ViperXk. The supply difference is now 92 to 155. And again, even if everything here is killed by our Protoss, we still have the reinforcements to worry about. And if this just continues to gain momentum like it is, there it is. Neuro says effing Imba. And with that, we see him defeated and leaving the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Breaker. If you guys liked what you saw here today, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. I will see you guys next time.